Have you ever poured a candle only to realize later it tunnels, burns unevenly, or barely melts past the center? Most candle makers think the problem is wick size, but often it's actually the number of wicks. Today I'm going to show you the exact rules for how many wicks you need based on jar size, wax type, and safety, so you can stop guessing and start testing with confidence. I'm Kimberly Patterson, and I help candle makers turn plain candles into profitable works of art using engraving and sublimation. But before your candle can look beautiful, it has to burn beautifully, and that starts with choosing the right number of wicks. First, let's talk about the wick count rule by diameter. So here's the quick rule of thumb for how many wicks you need based on jar size. If your candle is 1 to 2 inches wide, you only need 1 wick. Once you get to about 2.5 to 3 inches, you can still use a single wick, just size it up a bit. But once you hit 3.25 to 4 inches, that's when you switch to 2 wicks. And anything around 4.25 to 5 inches, that's officially 3 wick territory. Rule of thumb, a single wick rarely works well past 3 inches. Now you might be asking why we use multiple wicks. Multiple wicks aren't just for looks. They actually fix a ton of burn problems. First, they prevent tunneling in wide jars. You get a full melt pool way faster. They're also safer than trying to force one giant wick to do all the work. Plus, you get a stronger hot throw because there's more heat being generated. And let's be honest, a triple wick candle just looks high design and luxurious. Now, before you lock in your wick count, there are a few other things that can change the number of wicks you need. For example, wax type matters. Coconut apricot burns cooler, so sometimes you actually need more wicks to get the same melt pool. Fragrance load can change things too. The heavier or oilier the scent, the more heat it needs to burn cleanly. Jar shape also plays a role. Round jars burn differently than oval or rectangle ones. With those, you have to spread the heat, so you may need extra wicks just for even coverage. And if you're using wood wicks, keep in mind, 1 wood wick puts out about the same heat as 1.5 cotton wicks, so the math changes a little. Okay, so once you know how many wicks you need, the next step is where to put them. A couple of simple rules make this easy. First, always keep at least 1 inch of space between your wicks so the flames don't compete with each other. Second, don't put the wick too close to the glass. Keep it about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch away from the wall. If you're making a 3-wick candle, think of it like a triangle, evenly spaced. If you're making a 4-wick candle, you're basically making a square or a diamond pattern. Follow that layout and you'll get an even melt pool almost every time. If you are tunneling before sizing up, try adding wicks first. If your candle is over 3.25 inches wide and you're still trying to make it work with just 1 wick, you're not testing your candle anymore, you're basically arguing with physics. Once you switch to multiple wicks, boom, 80% of the problems you've been fighting just disappear. Wide jars are made for multi-wick setups. It's not a flaw in your formula, it's just the way heat works. If this helped you, hit subscribe. And if you'd rather buy my candles instead of making them, there's always a link to my Etsy shop below. Ready to master candle art? Get the book at KimberlyPatterson.com. See you next time on The Candle Artist Way.